Now that we've had the community center update for a while, I think that we all can agree that it is one of the best updates that Hypixel has put out for Skyblock. You know, you just have so many good things. You have the new bit shop, you have the gem system so that they can hire more admins, you have mayor elections, which has implemented some of the coolest things in the game when you look at mythology or the fishing festival or a faster way to level up mining. And that's all they added, right? Oh, you guys forgot about city projects. The worst part of the update. Hello random people on the internet, my name is Banana, and today we are talking about city projects and what I think has generally went wrong with them. And I will bet that a lot of you have forgotten about city projects. If you didn't know what they are, city projects are basically something that the community can fund. You can add a bunch of stuff to it, and then we're going to get a cool thing. Right now there are 2 city projects active, and that is the Builder's House and the Blacksmith Workspace, and it's basically going to go in this funding stage, and apparently it's just going to be here eternally because we're never getting out of funding phase based off of how long it's been in funding this long, and it barely goes up. But they go into funding, and once it's done, it goes into like construction, and that's just the admins updating an area. So we're going to get a brand new updated blacksmith area, and we're going to get an updated brand new builders area once these are done. But these city projects, they're cool in concept, but I feel like the execution of them was not amazing, and that's the one thing I want to talk about, because otherwise I did really love the community center update. I feel like the admins did an amazing job on just making everything work except these city projects, and I want to compare it to a couple other things in other games and just put in my 2 cents on what I think would be better. But first, I just have to put in a PSA for everyone. You can actually contribute to these more than once. They changed this and they put it on the forums, but I don't think there was really a big announcement in game, so a lot of people might not know that if you have already contributed to the Blacksmith Workspace, you can keep putting this in multiple times. You can see I'm being a very good community member, and I'm putting in 1 contribution each because I just don't really want to do this because I don't like how the system works. But I just had to say, you can go and help this, because if you contribute, we're going to be able to finish these actually and get on to future city projects, so that will be awesome. To start talking about the problem, I think I have to go into the randomness of these things. Now, these city projects are really cool. They're focusing on specific areas of the game. So you look at something like the blacksmith, you'd expect coal over here, you'd expect maybe some iron, just some more like 4G type stuff. And they did sort of okay with those materials, but then the builder's house, I don't know what you'd really expect. I'd say you'd expect a lot of quartz, and then maybe you could throw in like some... I don't know. The builder one is really weird to give materials to, and they did a really weird job with it. But this really random way of putting in materials is sort of hurting the community project, in my opinion. You look at the material cost. It's 512 cobblestone. You need ink sac, cactus green, lapis lazuli, oak wood, quartz block, pumpkin, melon block. Like, what is going on with all of these materials? They're all really weird, and you can't just like contribute to cobblestone. You have to contribute in this 512 increment. You can't contribute in something that is not like the set amount that is given, and I honestly do think that it hurts it a lot, because although you can now contribute more than like once in the thing, you can contribute once a day, I believe, but you used to only be able to contribute once, and they were planning on just making every single community member get these random amounts of things. And although it is nice to have the community fully involved and everyone having to do something, it sort of sucks for wanting the event to be done. I personally would love if I could just go and continue to grind out without being locked per day, without being locked whenever, just to put more materials in. And I'm pretty sure a lot of people would agree that even if we needed more materials, like let's say they wanted 1 billion dark oak in there, a full billion, people would be grinding that out way more than if you were able to put in 500 dark oak a day, just because that would be way easier. And then having these things be more streamlined is something that literally every other game does. You look at something like Call of Duty Black Ops 3, they released a weapon. It was actually a melee weapon called the Prize Fighters, and it was basically got by you getting 350 million games played as a community. It wasn't, hey, get 12 games done as yourself and then you're done for the day, you can't help out anymore. It was get 350 million games done in a set time period. So I feel like these community projects are lacking in a couple ways. For one, the randomness, like I have been talking about, is making people not want to do it. And then time locking people on how much they can contribute without time gating the whole event is just making it more of a drag. Because you look at these, there is no time limit. This thing, it will just last forever until it is finished. So if the community just stopped right now, they went on a strike, we would never see the new reforges in the game, and we would never see the new builder's house, because they are not forcing you to do this. They are not forcing anyone in the community to do this, and the rewards from it aren't even that good. You're going to be getting, with the builder's house, a better discount, which is pretty good for the future. That is going to be a permanent discount. But you look at something like the blacksmith thing, you're just getting a 1 week head start just for putting in 4 right now. You assume that on later events, when you know that you can contribute multiple times, because the system was different when they released it, but they will make it so you have to contribute like 12 times ish, maybe more, just to get this big last bonus. But a 1 week head start on reforges is not making people want to do it at all. It's not encouraging players to do these city projects, and I feel like that's making them really lack. So we don't really know what they're doing with these city projects. We don't know how many they're going to have. Maybe every single time they are done with a city project, they're going to make a new one, which would make sense for delaying them. It would make sense overall just to like keep them sort of slow, because you don't want the admin staff to come up with brand new fresh ideas 24/7. But I think these community projects can be really cool, and I would love to see them fleshed out a bit more. You look at something like Destiny 2 in the Season of Almighty, I think it was called. There was a lot of stuff that you could do, and they had the community go together and go on a bunch of different planets and do a bunch of different quests just so they could unlock a next step in a quest. And I feel like if Hypixel did something like that and made people go to different areas of the game, different facets of the game being used, it would just be amazing. Imagine if this lumberjack house got upgraded and these trees spawned in faster, or you got more foraging XP in general, or the fisherman hut over by the pond gets an upgrade where you're going to be getting rain over there for free, or it's just going to rain more often in other spots. There are so many different areas in the game that could be boosted with city projects, so I really do hope to see these fleshed out. Once again, I'm going to say my suggestions. That would be to not cap people on how much they can put in. I think that everyone should be allowed to put in whatever they want, as long as they're actually grinding it up. You would obviously need to make it so you have to put in more materials overall, because you will have those few people that are grinding it up a lot, but at least some city projects would get done at that point. At least we would actually be seeing the next and future city projects, because we've been on these two for so long. Imagine how long we're going to be on the next two when people don't even realize that the new city project is out. But they need to be making these easier for people to do. I feel like if they did time gate them, we would be able to get them faster. Like if they gave a month time gate on each of these, and then if you didn't get it done, you're never going to see it again. That would be awesome. It would really promote people doing them more. I think that these are a fantastic, fantastic idea for the community, but I just wish they were executed a little better. Well, that's going to be it for today's video on city projects. I know it probably wasn't that interesting, but I just sort of wanted to get a PSA out there on the fact that you can contribute multiple times, and I also just wanted to talk about my opinions on the event as a whole. I feel like they're really cool, but I hope that they can get better. So if you did enjoy the video, or if you liked it at all, please go down below, smash that like button, maybe even subscribe, and I will talk to you guys in the next video. Peace out.